Once again, it's time for your weekly dose of the most gross folks on the coast. It is time for Maxwell Silverhammer and Cruise Control. Hey everyone, it's the fucking Nothing Sacred show, bitches, for the 24th of April 2016. I'm Cruise Control.
I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And we are on the cut, as on the beat. We are rocking and jamming.
Dope, fresco, flyical.
We are dopage and we are jamming. We are rocking steady. We are kicking it hardcore. We are partying like it's 1999. And
bitches.
It is time for the show that we do here. Our lovely show that we keep getting criticized for not branching out and trying to.
What was the last one? I didn't see it.
We need to talk about vapors and something else. So
vapors,
vapor cigarettes and porn, because that's what we need to do to make
vapor cigarettes and porn. Huh? Like that doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah, that's the whole point. See, man.
Jimby sounds like everybody else, huh?
I think he really likes us, honestly, and I think
I think he does too.
I think a lot of people do, like 6 at least, really like our show. So.
Hey, that's dope. You know, it's good to have 6 really fucking devoted followers.
Six,
you know,
that's what we'll call you. All you out there, you are devoted 6 followers.
They're the Nothing Sacred 6, man.
Awesome, man. The Nothing Sacred 6, man.
Yes.
We're so tight, and we're so tight. You can't count how many fans we have on one hand. You have to use 2.
2, exactly.
Yeah,
hey, by the way, man, I was gonna, because you did a butt plug last time.
Yeah.
And I went to the dude's. I tried to go to the guy's page, and it was saying the page can't be displayed.
I'll actually link that again. I'm gonna link that because I don't know what the hell happened to the annotations underneath last time. I filled them all out, and I guess they're not there. So I will get that link onto this one, and it's for my buddy Chris, and it's his front desk stories. Some of them are kind of funny. They're just relations and front desk stuff.
Yeah.
And I also have a butt plug this week, and this is for a petition.
Oh.
And it's Sargon of Akkad has put up a petition. If you don't know who Sargon is, I think This Week in Stupid guy.
I know who he is.
Yeah, so I don't know if you watch that guy, but he's put up a petition, and it's actually a serious kind of petition. And you might think it's and I guess we'll start off with this. You might, because people are calling it a censorship issue, right?
Okay.
Because what he wants to do is he wants to ban social justice classes from universities.
Oh.
And like classes like that are literally social justice classes, like that try to teach social justice. And his reasoning is because they're filled with misleading facts that aren't true, falsehoods, and they're not scientifically or academically backed up as viable classes. And I agree with him completely. Now, what people are saying is that he is trying to censor too. Like, he accuses social justice of trying to censor, but he's trying to censor too. And my reply is that's bullshit, because it's an ideology that's being taught. So since an ideology is being taught, you can't have that. Like, it's just like saying, all right, fine. You have social justice taught there as, not like actually trying to examine it, but just as a belief system taught and trying to be, like brainwashing into people's heads or put into people's heads to be active and, all white people are racist and that kind of shit. Well, then I want the Catholic Church to have a class. Not a class like studying the Catholic Church, but a class promoting the Catholic Church. Because, hey, if you're going to have one ideology that's going to be promoted, we can promote all of them.
Well, and that's the thing. What about... right, if it was done the other way around, let's say we're going to teach a class on white superiority, or something like that. That shit wouldn't even get past the fucking curriculum.
Of course not. And that's so it shouldn't be there, because it's not a viable course in an academic setting, because it's not based upon truth or facts. It's based upon, now if you have a class that's examining different social kinds of ideas, but also examining it and wondering what the criticisms are and the positives of it, just like it does with other ones, like as a part of another course, like a social ideology class or political ideology class, fine. But it's examining it in a critical way, in a nonpartisan way, and not trying to promote that as some kind of belief system that needs to be followed, because that's what's happening now, and it's a cult basically activity.
Well, so some classes, some are they're masked. Like for instance, like when I took gender and crime, I thought, oh, okay, it's maybe female serial killers or some shit like that.
No, it was all
And
about
it
men.
turned out,
Men
dude, it
bad,
was
yeah.
all this social justice, feminazi, psycho shit about how even heterosexual sex is rape, and
Yeah, it's all bullshit, and they try to mask it. See that now they're getting bold. They actually have social justice departments now at a lot of universities.
that's actually a department.
Yes, Department of Social Justice. Yes,
And you're paying for this shit,
yes,
students.
yes.
Obviously,
And the parents
to
are
be able
paying-
to create those
parents-
salaries for those people to work in those departments, they got to raise your tuition.
And parents are paying for it. It's all filled with bullshit. It's all lies, like the 1 in 5 rape statistic. You know that 1 in 5 women are raped on college campuses. Guess what that includes? That includes any female who was drunk or on drugs while she had sex, because of course,
Because that's still considered rape.
Yeah, right. See, that's the thing. So 1 in 5, yeah, which is it's like more like 1 in 100, basically. It's very small. It's like a 1 to 5% amount. But anyways, the whole point is they're spreading bullshit because it's an ideology. So my butt plug is the link to the petition to sign. He already has 35,000 signatures. So it's a link to basically sign, say, hey, we don't want this taught in our colleges. Our taxpayer money is going toward, especially public places, is going toward these people who are indoctrinating children. And I don't care what the indoctrination is. I don't care whether I believed in the idea or not. Like if they wanted to teach, atheism or agnosticism or whatever I believe, or that, a lot of things that I believe or whatever, I would still be like, no, belief systems should not be taught unless they are taught in an impartial way that's examining those systems and not promoting them. They should never be promoted in any capacity on any campus, because that's not teaching, that's indoctrination.
Yeah.
So I just putting that out there.
Pop the link in the description.
And actually get those links. So 2 links in there. And you have a butt plug this week?
I don't. No, I do not.
All right, so that's my first little rant about that. And so, do you want to start with yours? I don't have. We'll go with.
I'll tell you, man. I'm getting, just like the Michael Jackson thing. I'm sick of seeing, and it's the way people carry on. It's not just like, oh, R.I.P. Prince or whatever. I mean, I've saw some people that were like, I'm so unhappy right now, and this is such a horrible day. And, even then, of course, the conspiracy theorists come out of the woodwork. Prince was murdered. He has control of his music, and the record execs don't like that. Hey, listen, I'm Mr. Anti-Corporanicon, but that's you're going too fucking far with this shit.
Well, a lot of it is the herd mentality, of course. It is everyone else is doing it, so it makes you seem like you care. It's what it's called it's moral posturing. What do they call it? There's a term for it now.
I know what you're saying. Actually, moral posturing sounds about right.
Yeah, but there's another. Yeah, it's virtue signaling is what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Virtue signaling and moral posturing. I like moral posturing better because virtue signaling is a little bit too PC. Like virtue signaling, what does that mean? Moral posturing. It's like the people that change their fucking their Facebook image to support like the people in Paris.
Oh, a child being abused, so you put a picture of some.
Or it's like that where you're like, oh yeah, well that's sexist. We could take that out. Blah blah blah. Virtue signaling, moral posturing, where you make yourself look and feel good because you're fighting for the cause, man. And then some people really do miss him. Like I was pretty upset. I mean, not to the point where I was like crying or in tears or incapacity, but when Robin Williams died, when he killed himself,
that was a shock. I was shocked. I was like,
whoa. Shocked me, and it also made me, because it's kind of sad, because I look as an improviser and an artist, I look up to him, and because he's an amazing improviser.
Yeah.
And it just saddened me. It was sad, but it didn't make me go, oh fuck, I'm going to write and cry with that. But still, I can understand why people get upset. But it is overdone, man. It's overdone. Just with
especially if you don't know the guy. I mean, fuck you. And here's the thing, man. I experienced 2 personal losses this past week. One through death, and then one was another situation, which I'll talk about later.
I think I might have an idea, but
I think you do, man. So, but I still consider that a personal loss because I'll never speak to those people again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But whereas, hey, with Prince, you want to hear Prince? Throw on a Prince CD. There's plenty of places you can hear some Prince, and it's just like he was still alive. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, by the way, if I think he listens sometimes. I don't want to give a name out, but I'm just gonna say, if you're listening, man, for your loss, I'm very sorry. I understand completely.
Oh, yeah. The master.
I don't want to give
Yeah,
named,
that was one of them.
but
You know,
I just want to let you know, man. If you're listening to this, if you do listen, I think he does. That my condolences, man. I do understand. I lost my father as well. So hang in there, man. It's not going to be easy for a while. It's probably have no idea what's going on in your head. But just lean on those people around you, man, and just know that people understand what you're going through in that way, because I certainly do. And I'm very sorry.
he was. I gotta say, dude, he was very stoic.
Oh yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
when I spoke to him,
yeah.
I mean, you know, when we were texting, and then he said, "Hey, can you call me?" I was totally prepared for, oh fuck, you know, he's gonna be in tears, he's gonna be all jacked up, and God, dude, he was great. I mean, I was just like, wow, dude,
Well,
you're doing real good.
He might be at that point, because at that point you're in shock still. So
That's what he said. Yeah.
All I'm saying is, I don't want to go into detail. I just want to let you know, man, that I get it, dude. I totally get how you're feeling right now.
Absolutely.
Maybe not exactly the same way because of different circumstances, but I've lost my father as well, so I understand, man. So hang in there, buddy.
Dude. I'm looking forward to that day, man.
So
that's
the thing, and you probably saw that loss, you know.
Oh,
like, and then the contrast with the loss of of Prince, and it's like, all right, yeah, it's a sad thing, and an artist has been lost. But you know what? He's obviously made his mark on the world, and it's a sad thing, but just you get it. It's just, oh god, I'm just sad, horrible, sad.
And how they get so worked up over it. It's like, really, you don't have enough to worry about. It's almost like these people are, they need more to worry about. They need more problems, I think.
And I wonder how many of these people have, because here's the thing, and this I can understand, I guess, in a small way, if you've never lost somebody. But if you lost somebody close to you, I just can't imagine being so upset over someone you've never known when the comparison towards someone you've lost who's close to you,
right,
is so stark. I mean, it's just it's almost like, well, yeah, it's sad, and it's not a great thing. It's like some people like we're happy about it, like, yeah, fuck Prince,
Yeah, well, that's it. It's not like it's just like hey, I don't know the guy. It's kind of hard for me to I'd feel sadder for somebody that was on the show if they died. You know what I'm saying? Just because I knew who they were. You know what I'm saying? And we talked to them.
But you know what the funny thing is, though? Also, I realized because of that, I'm so sorry. I'm scratching my balls.
Oh, that's fine. I was just, it's funny. I was just scratching mine, dude.
Oh, dude, we're almost like we're scratching each other's balls, dude.
We're scratching each other's balls.
Wow, we're going. See, this is the magic of the
break out the A1 steak sauce. Let's go, man.
Let's do it. Break out the McDonald's smell on your fingers, dude. Smell your fingers. Right? Hold on.
No, mine smell like barbecue sauce, dude.
Mine smell like McDonald's fries.
Oh, okay.
I need a shower, dude. So anyway, so it's kind of funny what I was thinking about this, though, is that I remember, and maybe it's because of I just didn't like, I'm kind of indifferent towards Prince, and I mean some of his music, like one of my favorite songs is an unknown song called "Arms of Orion."
See, I never even heard of that one.
With Sheena Easton, it's "The Arms of Orion, that's where I wanna be."
Huh. The one I like by him is, well, he's got several. I like Uptown. I like "Wanna Be Your Lover."
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, "Erotic City" is fucking rocking.
Yeah.
So
there's a bunch of stuff that I like about him, and it's even the same thing as Michael Jackson. But I've realized, remember when Michael Jackson died, how we just had that show where we kind of ripped on him.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I realized after that was 2009 or 2008. I think 2009, right? That was
right. 2009, I think.
That's when he died. That was before I lost somebody close to me. So.
Oh.
I'm just going to say this now, that I would never do that what I did before then. But I don't think I'd do that now. I don't think
and it's funny. It's before I lost anyone too.
Yeah. And just growing up, like in a growth thing, it's not because I thought it was really terrible, just like ripping on Michael Jackson, because I did think that it was the same thing. It's overblown, blah blah blah, overdone, completely overdone. People crying and saying how great he was when And
but the one thing with Michael Jackson though was, remember the allegations of pedophilia and all that shit.
Yeah, and how it was weird. And I understand that too, but I'm just saying I wouldn't do that anymore. Like I have no desire to do that kind of shit anymore. So maybe it's a growth thing. I don't even know if it's a growth, just a difference of perspective. But I just I have no desire to do that. But I don't have the desire to fucking I don't still think it's to post it on Prince every day. And now like there's a music. I guess there's for the radio stations. One of the stations played Prince for like a day or two, like all songs from Prince.
Oh,
which is
okay.
fine, I guess, but. Because he is, he was a major star for a long time.
Fuck yeah!
God, early '80s was just he could not
Well, even through the 90s yet, you know, he kind of came back and reinvented himself, you know?
Yeah. But really, the 80s were his fucking decade, man.
His heyday, yeah, that's true.
Come on,
that's
man.
true.
With Little Red
But,
and
but he will always, I mean, a lot of kids now probably don't even know who he is.
Yeah. Well,
but
they'd probably do, but yeah, but you're right. But like, I was planning on I was almost thinking of throwing a song up there, like on my page, and saying, "Hey, this is my favorite Prince," because I did the same thing for Natalie Cole. When Natalie Cole died, one of my favorite songs from the '80s was "Jumpstart My Heart." Jumpstart my heart, start me up when you're going down.
Run it down.
That was a great song. It reminded me of a great time in my life, the fall of '87. And it was just a great, great song that just made me feel juiced. You know, it was like one of those really songs that I always remembered from being a kid. Sort of like that Arms of Orion song in '89. It was the Christmas of '89. It was from the Batman soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't find it. It was Sheena Easton, and I couldn't find a real version. They have a shitty fucking cover on YouTube.
Oh, dude, I hate the covers on YouTube.
Oh, God, it was terrible. The guy sounded like Bugs Bunny, dude. Matter of fact...
And you know, too, man.
I'm gonna do this. Actually,
you gonna pull that up?
I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah, I don't. I'm afraid of getting the video flagged, man.
Should be on all. Everything on YouTube should be usable on ours if it's already on there. But
you think it would be because it's already up there. Like, hey.
So what's the worst thing you saw, man? From that.
The worst one I saw was one guy who was on this whole thing of, you know, I'm so unhappy right now and my life's going to hell, and you know, just like a lot of melodrama, man. And I was just like, oh, come on.
He's going to hell because Prince died?
He said his life is going to hell. Yeah, his life is going to hell, and he's so unhappy right now, and just on and on about fucking, you know, like how it's such a, you know, I'm thinking, how can you be unhappy? Well, how does that make you unhappy? Like I said, it could shock me, it might startle me and make me a little melancholy, but didn't make me unhappy. Like I said, I had plenty of other shit to make me unhappy this week. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I mean, hey, it's what it was. So
yeah, and I'm the same way. And I was, you know, it's shocking, of course. And everybody's also like, everyone's dying this year. It's like,
yeah, the conspiracy theory shit. That's more of that.
Conspiracy shit theory. It's almost like, why is this everyone? It's like everyone dies every year.
Well, and these people are older. Well, I mean, Prince wasn't that old, but I mean, like, what's his name? Merle Haggard died a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, he was like 70 or some shit, I think. And then a lot of Glenn Fry was 60. Hey, they lived hard lives, man.
Yeah.
These fuckers, they partied and, you know, they lived hard and played hard, you know? So it's, not everybody's Mick Jagger. You know, you can't just keep going forever.
Yep, and that's just the way it is, man. It just seems like people are just like always thinking like this year we've lost so many people so far, and it's like, well, it happens every year. We lose a lot of people every year. It's just the nature of life, you know.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah,
but just these people that don't know him, it is a bit overdone. I think, like I said before, I would have been like more, oh fuck Prince, fuck him, you know, little red Corvette driving into hell. Whatever, you know.
I don't know, man. I mean,
don't have any urge to do that shit.
I had a little more respect for Prince. Just like I said, my lack of respect for Michael Jackson was because of what he, you know, because I think he did it with the kids. Honestly, I think he was fucking little boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of get the vibe too, just from
so
those comments.
It just, man, you know, the fact that now all of a sudden, you know, the world hates him and then he dies and he's the greatest thing ever. It's like, okay, come on, dude, make up your mind.
Yeah, and you know, Prince definitely was a great musician. He was definitely a great musician. You know, played guitar, played piano, played a whole bunch of different shit.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't a big
very
fan
dynamic,
of his voice
man.
very much. You know, he was some of his songs, but there were some couple songs that obviously they're icons of my childhood. I mean, who could not remember in the middle of summer chilling out in your house with the radio blaring Little Red Corvette or fucking 1999 in the early 80s while you're playing with your G.I. Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah, or Doves Cry, or Let's Go
God,
Crazy, or, you know.
Song, but, yeah.
And then, of course, later as a teenager, it's D to the I to the A-M, you know, Diamonds and Pearls, and, you know, Money Don't Matter. So, you know, he was he was pretty major. No doubt.
Give me a second here. I told my brother something real quick. I'm just gonna.
Okay, you guys are going back and forth
real quick, dude.
So yeah, man, that was the one. And we can get into the other personal loss piece later, man. I don't know if you've got anything, you know, rocking that you want to talk about. or that you want to get into.
Oh, so you don't have much at all this week. That's your only thing, or you have another thing to talk about?
That's pretty much it. I mean, as far as that goes,
Thought you
like I
had
said, I have
another.
just have my other
Okay,
deal.
you have another thing. Oh, so you have two. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my little thing, and this is um, kind of going off what we were talking about last week about the gender neutral bathrooms, whatever.
Oh yeah, it's getting huge now, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay, listen, it's very simple, and I want to just say this quick observation. Then I'm going to go into what my observation is. It's kind of a general thing.
Okay.
It's very simple to me. If you have a penis, you use the men's room. If you have a vagina, you use the women's room.
Right.
It's that simple, that quick. That there's nothing no human rights involved. It's simply a biological thing. Because and that's my thing. But no, it's but if I feel like a woman, well, too bad. You have a vagina.
Why not get okay? If you're such a woman or such a man or whatever the fuck you want to be, why don't you get the sex change? That's what I'm wondering. Because once they've gotten the sex change, hey, go ahead.
I don't agree with any of that. I think it's all funky. But my point is this: it has nothing to do with your right as a person. It's just your feels is hurt because you can't go into the bathroom. You feel like that. That's ridiculous. You have a vagina, go in the female bathroom. You have a penis, go in the male bathroom. Very simple, very very discreet. Because I'm sorry, but 95% of the people in the world, at least, or around 90 or 80, whatever, the vast majority of people feel comfortable being in the bathroom whether they're same sex.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. And that's my point where I'm coming to. What the hell happened to make everyone think that being in the minority makes you have so much more special, like, oh, well, we're marginalized, we're in the minority. Yeah, well, you have to deal with that, being in the minority. What's wrong with being in the majority? Why is there there's nothing, it's just a fact that there are more white people in this country than there are other ethnicities. That's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's simply a thing. And unfortunately for some people, you're going to have to deal with the fact that the majority of people feel a certain way. So deal with it.
Right. The playing field's still level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you still got a bathroom to go into.
It's a bathroom to go into. You're peeing. You go in there for 5 minutes. Go in. Go out. Doesn't matter whether. Oh, I feel uncomfortable. Well, I'm sorry, but when 10 people feel comfortable with something and one person doesn't, I'm sorry. The one person who doesn't has to deal.
How about if they made it, like I said last week, what if they made a rule that, well, if you're transgender, you just can't use the bathroom?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How about that? Why don't we just do it like that? So that way, nobody's excluded.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so fucking stupid. I mean, if one person feels comfortable and you're making 9 people feel uncomfortable, it's still bad. So just go in the bath. I mean, it's like me being visually impaired or blind. What if I said, you know what? I want to go into a special bathroom. I want actually to go into a different bathroom because I'm visually impaired and I'm afraid that someone's going to be staring at my penis and I won't be able to see if they're staring at my penis.
You know what? That might be next, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see somebody making that one up.
Blind bathroom, or I want people to have to leave the bathroom so I can use it when there's no one else in there, so I don't worry about that kind of thing. That's the kind of mentality that I'm seeing with this.
Right. Well, it's infringing on other people's rights, on the majority's rights, for a small minority of people.
But that's okay because minorities are so marked. Well, I'm sorry, you're a minority. I'm visually impaired. I can't read signs. I'm not going to expect everyone to make a sign fucking so big that I can read it when that would be impractical and would make it really inconvenient for everybody else. Unfortunately, sometimes you just have to deal with not being catered to. It's just the way the fucking world works. But no, a majority. You're in the majority. Yes, so what? I'm in the majority. It means that there's a majority of women in this country over men. There's more women than men in this country. Ooh. Of course, that they assume they're minorities for some fucking reason. That's
still, they have that bullshit.
But if you go to Africa, if you go to a fucking country in Africa, most countries in Africa, there's going to be a vast majority of people who are black. I'm not going to go there and I'm being marginalized. All right, I'm a minority in this country. It's just the way it fucking works. Right. Now, if I'm being excluded because of that, then that's wrong. But nobody is. No one is saying that trans people can't use a bathroom. You just can't use the bathroom that you feel like using. You just have to be able to use the bathroom that you biologically are assigned.
Well, I'd say get the surgery. If you really want a dick bad enough and you want to be a man or you want to be a chick, get that surgery and then you can use the other bathroom.
Yeah.
It's that simple. So if you don't want to get, it's kind of like our certain disabilities, you have to have a medical doctor certify. You know what I'm saying? And people get pissed off about that. Well, why should I pay for a doctor visit? Hey, you want the program? It's free.
Yeah, you want the free program? You have to. Like, if you want you have to get that doctor's appointment to well, look it up. Duh. Can't you see I'm blind?
No. That's like this.
Can't you tell I'm blind? Well, yeah, I can tell, but that doesn't matter. We still have to have the legal documents just like everybody else to go through.
Actually, that's for learning disabilities is what that's for. Because you can't look at someone and tell they have a learning disability.
Yeah, or whatever.
But without going too much into my work, but yeah, that's the thing. If you have a learning disability, it must be a medical doctor, and a lot of people get really pissed off. And well, how can it be this? Can it be? No, it can't. This is the way it is.
It's got to be the way it is, so that it's the same for everybody. It's not different for everybody. Just like with men and women. If you feel like a woman, you have a vagina, or you have a dick, whatever, you're going to go into the male bathroom and piss and deal with it. It's just the way life, just deal with it. It's not a big problem. I mean, we are so, it brings back the whole thing. We are so pampered, Mitt, that people are indignant about this shit when other people in other countries don't have bathrooms.
They don't have bathrooms,
What if I said, I feel like a wolf, so I'm going to take a shit right in the middle of the mall? It's going to drop a load right on this fucking, because I feel like a horse. Let's make it even more. Horses can shit anywhere they want to. They don't care, so I'm going to be able to. You can't get mad at me. I'm a horse. No, you're not. You're a human. I feel like a horse. This is my bathroom. I'm going to shit on the table right next to your McDonald's meal. All right? There's going to be a log sitting next to your Big Mac. There's going to be a big stack next to your Big Mac. And
how many pervs are going to take advantage of that shit too, man? Come on, there's going to be some weird.
Like I said, weird men and women, which is so funny because no one gives a shit about women pervs.
Right, but just pervs in general, man. Just
women who have molest kids or get turned off from little boys. So if they go in little boys' bathrooms, we talked about that too. But it's so telling, man. You will never hear that. I mean, most people don't even think about it. Like, what? Oh yeah, women. Well, no, women aren't that way. Oh yes, they are.
Well, but then you'll have guys that play into it. They'll be like, I wouldn't mind going to the women's bathroom.
Because there's idiots. Idiot guys who will be predators like that and idiots like that. So the whole thing is stupid. If you're biologically male, go into the men's room. If you're biologically female, go into the women's room. If you feel like a wolf, still go into the bathroom that you want to go through and don't demand. That's the idea. It's just so stupid. But it's all about catering to this small fucking percentage of people who are going to be, oh, but we're being marginalized. Well, no, you're just living in a country where 97% of the population doesn't think like you and is not transgender.
Well, you're marginalizing yourselves, really.
The thing about this fucking, they talk about the gender you were assigned at birth. Like assigned. Like it's.
They give you a card. You're a man.
No,
you have a dick.
You are not assigned a gender. You are born with different chromosomes and different parts. Therefore, you are that gender. It's a distortion of truth, man. This whole idea is ridiculous. I feel like a woman, so I want to go in the women's bathroom. Well, you know what? I feel like I should be able to drive, but I can't because I don't have the facilities to drive. You can't go into the women's restroom because you don't have a vagina. It's very simple. We have to have some kind of standard, or else we're losing all that shit, man. And it goes back to that social justice bullshit, too.
Well, the fact that it's even happening and, coming up, dude, this would never have been an issue even 10 years ago, I'm sure.
And it wouldn't be an issue, and it wouldn't be because people would go, this is stupid. Not because we're such a horrible society and we're biased. No, we're more logical. We make more sense. Penis, men's room. Vagina, women's room. Very simple.
What if you're a hermaphrodite?
Yeah. Well, then you go in the bathroom that you're. Well, I think you're still assigned a gender, or maybe even chromosomes. Go by XY chromosome. If you got the XX, double X, then you're going the one. If you got the XY, you go in the other. So. It's all this minority thing. Like, oh, I'm one person in a room, and you need to cater to me. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Makes me glad I'm comfortable with who I am. Let's just put it that way.
Me too. And that's another thing. It's about comfort. It's about. Like I've said before, it's all about verifying your idea of reality. So you want reality to be one way when it's not, so you're demanding everyone else cater to you to facilitate your idea of reality. Mm-hmm. So, that doesn't work. So it doesn't work.
Right. Everyone should watch the TV you're watching.
Yeah.
Watch your channel. Well, sorry, guess what? We're not all on the same channel.
We're not all on the same channel, and the majority of people aren't on the same channel. So guess what? Most of the time, if the majority of people want to watch something, you're gonna have to deal with it, or go somewhere else where your program's on.
And so that's funny because these are the same people that say, well, differences are what make the world and it makes it beautiful. Well, guess what?
But a lot of people are Christian in this country. There's a lot of different kinds of Christians. But I'm still not gonna get upset when somebody wants to swear their hand on a Bible, because guess what? We live in a Christian country, so that's just sometimes the way things are. This is sometimes the way things are. The majority rules. Now, not all the time, not in any way that's negatively impacted you, because there's no negative impact here. There's not. No one's stopping anybody from using the bathroom. They're just stopping you from using the gender that you are based upon the genitalia between your legs. And it's no other way. You're not going to change your gender by thinking you are a different gender. I'm sorry. That's not possible. I mean...
I guess if you...
And if you do go get a sex change, then guess what? Then you've got that vagina. You can go to the place where the vaginas are allowed.
It's fucking crazy, man. So, like I said, I can't even believe that this is even an issue. You know what I'm saying?
But it is. In this country, it is. And that's why we're just falling apart. So,
God, you don't see this being issues in other countries, do you?
Because they're worried about living and eating.
Yeah, about like getting their next meal and not getting their heads lopped off by 2 o'clock or some crazy shit.
Exactly, man.
So, man, fuck.
So what's? I have a feeling this is going to be the.
My experience.
This probably is going to be about your experience project.
Yep.
And if you want to go personal, then all right. I'll let you just go it, because I assume this has to do with that post about fucking everything. Kind of going toward last weekend, but then culminating this week, right? So let's hear it. Let's go.
What post were you talking about? Doing everything right.
Time. The one we talked about last time about just saying fuck it and just going on your own way. And
right. Doing and my thing is, and you're right about the other post too. The one you did reply to about. It's one thing if I had some regrets and looked back and was like, damn, man, I should have done this. But another, when you don't have any regrets and you did everything right, but you still got shit for results. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because and you were all concerned that you did something wrong. Well, when you didn't do, you were just.
Oh, I know I didn't do something wrong. I'm mad at the situation. I'm mad at the other person, really.
So what happened here?
Well, basically what happened was, like I said, I wrote her because, that site is closing. Mm-hmm. And I said, hey, I'd like to stay in touch. Here's my contact info, blah, 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 blah. Get a hold of me, whatever. I hope we can talk off here soon. And hope not to freak you out. Dude, I even gave her my last name, and which, at that point, hey, I'm vulnerable, so understand I'm giving you that. So why are you freaking out? Well, she hadn't been on in about a week or so. And then last Friday, I saw she was on, a week before this previous Friday. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe she'll respond then. Still didn't hear anything. So I sent a follow-up message Saturday. And I just said, hey, look, I'd like to stay in touch. I said, if you don't want to, that's fine. But, I kind of need to know. And, I'd like to at least, say goodbye or whatever. And you take care of yourself. And, I just tried to be... I'm wanting a little common courtesy, I guess, is what I was looking for.
You consider her a friend, and regardless of what you could be or what could be expected, you just want some common courtesy. Nothing freaky. It's just you want some common courtesy.
Exactly. It's like you and I, man. We're real friends. If there's a problem, you're going to talk to me. And if I have a problem, I will talk to you. It's just what you do, man. It's giving people the common courtesy they deserve as humans. So, and I just said, I would like to, continue talking with you, and I hope we, can continue, whatever. So then I saw she was on Sunday. Nothing. Still no response. Then Wednesday morning, they closed the site Thursday afternoon, by the way. But on Wednesday morning, I went on, and I saw I had one less friend. And I went, uh-oh. So I'm like, did she delete me? Well, it looks like she deleted her account. Is what she did, which is fine, but hey, how about a goodbye? To me, that was pretty fucking spineless and jellyfish-like, maybe you're not an eagle, maybe you're a jellyfish, but, keep going. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Oh, so I was just going to say, man, and this is, I tried to look past all the fucked up shit, the fact that, she can't hold a job, and now she's living at home with her parents, and now going to school, taking remedial bullshit classes. That she supposedly has a degree, but she's going back taking shit that she should have taken when she was a freshman.
You wonder, right?
But it's like this person's they're scared. They're a 32-year-old, 15-year-old. They're scared to grow up, is what it is, and they don't want to take any responsibility for shit. And it's kind of like the one you were talking to years ago that all of a sudden just fucking pulled the plug on you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know, man. Internet just seems to allow for a lot of fake ass.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I love the internet. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing it. I love it. It's the shit. But sometimes, man, I think it's a breeding ground for for flaky behavior and for asshole behavior to take place. You know what I'm saying?
Just like anything else, man. It's just like any other medium or any other kind of social interaction. It's got its qualities, good qualities. Like I can keep in touch with anybody I've met, see how they're doing, that they're still alive and things are going on. I won't be as close to them, have good relationships, but I can at least see what's going on. But the opposite of that is, with these people, they can just ditch you and doesn't matter.
Right, and then you'll never see them again. Yeah. You'll never. Now it's possible she could have taken my contact info and is planning to call me, but I doubt it.
Do is say or even did you give her the email address too? If she already has that problem.
I gave well, no, because she emails me on the site.
Yeah, so it was that comfort through that site, so she could just, because otherwise, but now see, that's the thing, that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because regardless. At this point, man, you've got to be thinking in your head, because that's where I got to the point where this happens a couple times, but
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You've had it happen a few times, damn.
I've been on the internet for 20 years, so yeah, you get going with that kind of stuff, but it's not even that. I guess my point is, it's not even that she talk to her more. She's a bitch. It's that the idea that she won't respond to you makes you probably just go, you know what? She's probably not worth my time anyway.
Well, that's it. She doesn't even respect me as a person, so why the fuck would I want to continue? Although I did tell myself if I found her again online, I think I'd let her have it and just say, hey, look, you disappointed me as a person. Not because you didn't, stay in touch with me or whatever, but because you took the spineless route out and you had me thinking you were some, outspoken chick that, says what's on her mind and doesn't give a fuck. And, and obviously she's totally not that.
Well,
she's everything but that.
It's basic respect. It's just basic respect for you as a person. I mean, at some point, you've got to have respect for yourself, and you got to be like, you know what, this person's not respecting me. If they were, they wouldn't be treating me like this. They would say something like, hey, I don't know if we will, but I will take the information down. My life's kind of crazy, but
that's all they do.
Or even, you know what, I don't feel comfortable outside this site doing that. You're a pretty cool dude, or I know I'm sorry, I just don't feel like I just don't want to go down that road again, so I think this is it. Have a good life. Yeah. That would be something, but no, see, most people won't do that because she probably thought, but then again, see, from as being a devil's advocate here,
mm-hmm.
she'd be like, because some people, man, you tell them that's not what they want to hear, and they'll be like, well, fuck you, bitch, and blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, but you know what, man, I mean, well, and I see what you're saying, because you're right, there are people that will fucking freak out. But I mean, hell, dude, remember this shit happened about a year ago where, remember, I gave her my phone number and she wouldn't talk to me, and I was like, what the fuck's wrong? And then finally I got her to tell me, what happened to her online, and she had this, so she has a fallback, a crutch, that she uses
everyone
now.
Does, yeah. Well, everyone does, man. Oh, it's a stalker and I was scared. Bullshit. You wouldn't be on the... If you were really worried about that, you wouldn't be on.
You wouldn't be on the site. Yeah, exactly.
Site,
so, and it's. But when she finally, told me that, and she was like, I wanted to write you back a few times, and I just didn't like how it sounded, and I'm just like, really, do you think I give a fuck? I mean, honestly, should you really give? If you're not interested in me, why do you even give a shit what I think?
Because she wanted someone to talk to, toy with, or just have something to play around with, or whatever.
Right, for the time being, I guess, while it was there.
While it was there, whatever, bored, whatever, something similar.
I guess, man, it's just kind of, I mean, for me, if somebody, I don't want to stay cool with somebody, I'm like, I don't give them any inclination that, hey, this is going to go further. And not that she ever did, but it was just that.
At least something solid, at least however small it was.
Right.
It would be solid and something there, like, hey, how you doing, and something simple, but nothing, something simple and maybe nothing crazy, nothing romantic or anything, but at least it could have been like a simple friendship, long distance, cool.
Hey, and I would have been totally cool with that.
But
actually,
I'm inclined, and I think this is a good thing. And
well,
go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Let's hear yours.
And the reason why is because now you don't have to worry about this bitch anymore. And because here's what would have happened, man. If she would have talked to you more, you would have been still hanging on that hopeful string, like hanging on that hopeful handle, having that hopeful grin on your face, like whatever. Maybe, just maybe, at some point down the line, she might come to Vegas and David, and we might go on the stratosphere and whatever,
Right.
Now there's none of that bullshit. So now you can just drop it, let it go.
Well, that's getting to my next point, actually. Okay. There is a positive in this. And I got to say, dude, since they've closed the site, there's this feeling of like a weight being lifted. Mm-hmm. Yes. No more, oh, maybe she messaged me. Oh, wait, she hasn't been on in a while. Oh, fuck. Oh, she has been on, but she didn't message me. God damn it. What the fuck? So now I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. It's like I can go back to like being myself. It's weird, dude.
Yep, you can just go back to not worrying about it, and you might have that habit of like, oh, I gotta check, oh, I can't, and you're like,
well, yeah, it flashes through my mind, like, oh, maybe I should. Oh, no, never mind, like it's not there, it's like gone. So in a way, dude, this was kind of almost like a divine intervention, maybe. I mean, no, you don't believe in that, but
well, I just think it just proves a point. Is that hope? Just like anything else, hope is a double-edged sword, and sometimes you have that hope, and you had that hope. But it was almost like a bad kind of hope. It was like tugging on you, like so you just it made you almost feel like you had to piss all the time.
Yeah, it's like having a swollen prostate.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
so you're always sort of worked up and on edge,
Yeah, on edge. Now you're like, oh well, there's nothing you can do now. She's either going to contact you or not. And she's most likely not.
Right.
And
exactly.
It's a good thing in a way because the way she handled it was shitty and.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, if I do ever run across her again, I am going to let her fucking have it and just say, hey, look, you disappointed me as a person because, you aren't who you say you are. Mm-hmm. You're full of shit.
She'll do it again. If she's going to do it once, she'll do it again. That's the rule. If people do things once, usually they'll do it again unless they learn. But if they learned, then they wouldn't do it again, So.
Well, and it's kind of funny because remember for a while I left the site. And then remember because she was gone for a long time. And then when she finally came back and I was gone and I finally did come back on, she was like, oh, I thought it was me. I thought you were mad at me. And so obviously she knows she has these fucked up behaviors. But the problem is when you don't correct the fucked up behavior, and you just continue doing the stupid shit you're doing because people give you a pass.
You either don't care as much as you say you do or you don't care at all. Or you're just saying something just to get just to say it, to feel good about yourself. Or you're just terrible at managing yourself and figuring shit out and fixing yourself.
Yeah, well, I think it's a growing up thing. She's scared. She likes a little cocoon, and now she has it with mommy and daddy. I mean, this, like I said, dude, this is somebody who can't hold a job. She's had 3 jobs since she's been on the site. Mm-hmm. And she always talks about this boyfriend that walked out on her. Well, that was a whole nother thing, but I think he just got smart and said, I don't need this shit. This is a wishy-washy bitch. She doesn't know where the fuck she wants to be 1 second to the next, and I'm gone. So yeah, yep. That's the deal there, man.
Yeah, that's. So you're pretty much done with that. You feel better. So overall, you feel better about it.
I do feel better. I mean, I'm sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit sad. Like, damn, man, why did it have to end up like that?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not something that's like dragging me down.
And
I'm not gonna.
Maybe you realize like, wow, I was actually more on edge and nerve and stressed out about it than I was even happy when we did actually, speak about things. So
well, and that's it. That's the other crazy fucked up realization of it. Like, damn, we were talking then, but even then, I think I was a fucking basket case. I was back and forth, and
So it's like, God, this is like better regardless of anything. It's better to not have that distraction in your life anymore because it wasn't a good thing even when you guys were talking. So it's probably a
right. It's good that it's over. Well, and the red flag for me should have probably been the first time.
Yep.
Yep. And I should have left that alone and been like, okay, fuck this bitch, I'm out of here. But hey, I was too into her, man. You know how it is when you're into somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can always, everybody can tell you a million times, just forget about it, man. There's other fish in the sea, and you're just like, well, I want this fish, and I'm going to do what I want for it,
God damn it, I want this one, and you stomp your feet like a.
No, you know what though? I will say though, sometimes I do get, like I want what I want, and if I can't have what I want, then I won't have it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want what you want, so you don't want anything else, and so you get that's another distraction. So now you can really just chill out and just enjoy shit and see what happens, man.
Well, that's it. It's chilling out and enjoying shit. There's not like I'm not on any searches or quests or any weird shit like that. I'm just chilling. Just like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna go do my shit.
I think it's just, and then you're gonna get people that say, well, you gotta keep looking. No, you don't. You don't have to do
fuck all that. I'm gonna just let happen.
Let
what I'm saying?
Just relax. Don't worry about it. And also have because you have to have your standards, man, and be happy that you have them, and just deal with life as it is, and
well,
see what happens.
I'm sure glad as fuck I know what I want, though. You know what I'm saying? When I see something, I know what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. As opposed to a lot of people don't even know what they want, man.
Or a lot of people are told that despite what you want, you got to take what you can get.
No,
Despite
fuck all
what
that.
you want, take what you can get, and it's whatever. So that's not mine. That's not your deal. So.
Nope. I mean, it was at one time. I'm not gonna lie. There was a point where it was like, well, it is pussy, but now I'm like, I'm more selective. I don't just go for the first thing that shows me interest anymore. I mean, hell, dude, I could probably be dating a lot of chicks right now if I wanted to, but fuck, dude, there's
anybody can, you can find someone if you want to. I mean,
if I want, but I don't want just someone.
Exactly. So just be happy. But it is funny that you feel like you're like, because you thought maybe like, oh man, I'm really sad, but now you're like, well, I'm not really that sad. I'm actually relieved.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely relieved. I'm sad about the situation. You know what I'm saying? It is kind of like, oh man, I do I do think about it a little bit once in a while, but it's not going to be something that's going to drag my world down. I mean, there will be somebody new sometime. So whatever.
The sky will open up again.
Yes. When one door closes, another door opens.
When one door opens, another door opens.
Which kind of reminds me, one little quick thing. That whole law of attraction is a load of bullshit, I think. If you want it, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Well, I mean, obviously I wanted this really bad, but that didn't come true.
If that were true, then everyone would have everything they wanted.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's bullshit. It's like
but that whole secret thing where if you think about it, getting it, no. You have to actually have a plan to go get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
well,
that's what I'm talking about. Or you have
about.
to know what you want in terms of how your plan is. Like if your plan is like mine, to not give a fuck and see what happens, and not, try to fucking find something to make my life worthwhile. Well, if my life isn't worthwhile without anybody, then how much is that going to be
with somebody
else? So just have a go. If you want something, like you want to do more of something, you have to do it. You can't just you want more money, you have to get a better job. Or you can demand the government to give you more money. You
can do that too.
Even if you're doing that, you're still doing something to get the what you want. You're not just like dreaming and wishing. If I wish for it.
Well, you know what that is? That's for stupid, lazy people to make them feel better. About themselves.
It wasn't meant to be. Well, a lot of times it's not meant to be because you didn't put yourself in the position to get what you wanted. So that's
exactly. Oh, but one other thing. There was somebody from Experience Project that did send me a message the last day, who was on my friends list. I talked to her once or twice, and she wanted to keep up. And she said, I want to stay in touch with you. I'm on this other site and that site. And I said, well, I'm on Facebook and Twitter. And she added me on Twitter, man. So shout out to Beverly, because I think she did listen to the show once.
Oh, cool.
So, and so, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. She reached out to me the last day and said, I'd like to stay in touch with you. So, thought that was preting cool.
It's always nice, man. It's always nice to.
It is, and I'm scratching my armpits and smelling my fingers now.
Yes, and I'm gonna scratch my balls and my armpits and my asshole. Rub my fingers together.
We'll just mix it all together in a pot, man.
That'll smell like a McDonald's fry stew.
Call it the Jumbo Plumbo.
The Jumbo Plumbo. We'll call whatever. And I'll call myself Cruise Control.
And I'll call myself Maxwell Silverhammer.
And we'll call this the Story There, bitches. That's Nothing Sacred for the 24th of April, 2016. See y'all soon, motherfuckers. Live life to the fullest, bitches.
Yeah, need a dick if you don't like it.
That's what you do. Suck on that schlong.
Haw.